Well, hello. How are you? This is Els coming to you from Venus Crafty Corner. And I'm kind of doing this one as a middle because I started this project in a live. And I am going to be doing part of it not live. So I thought I would do the video really quick. So we started out making the base for the book. So what we have here are two pieces of chipboard, and these little suckers are 8.5 by 6, so an 8 by 5.5 inch signature inside, and then I have about 1.5 inch spine, which we put together with a small gap, about a 1/16 of an inch on either side. And then we covered that with Tyvek from an old mailer that I had. Glued it all down, and then I went over this with the little ball that I go over my seams with to press the seam in. And then we glued this in an upright position, like this, so that it's a nice squared spine. So the next part was to make book cloth. And this is the cloth that we're using, because this book is going to be Disney themed. So I have a piece of cloth, then I have some heat bond, and the whole thing is put onto a piece of tissue paper. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and remove this all the way around at the tissue paper line, and then I will come back and we will start putting it on that book. So I am going to cut this out. I'll be right back. All right, so we have book cloth, fabric, and on the back is the tissue paper, which just gives us paper to glue onto. And the first thing that I do before I put this down is I wedge my corners. So I've done 3 of them. We're going to come over here. I'm going to do this 4th one. And all I do is kind of cut in at an angle, and then before I get to the corner I just kind of nip out, so you get this weird kind of shape. And now we can start making the book. So I have my glue, and this is some Aleene's with some water and a little bit of clear glue. And I'm just gonna paint it on here. I recommend you use a really crummy brush for this. This is the same glue that I used to put the Tyvek down. It's pretty much my favorite book building glue. And I just add the, it's tacky, regular tacky glue, but I add the liquid, clear liquid to it, and the water so that it has a little bit more, doesn't dry quite so quick. And then turn this over, and I'm going to put it down on my book cloth. I'm going to get out that tool of mine again. So I want to make sure that I've got the fabric adhered in. And that just makes it a little bit easier to fold. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to use my book binding glue, and I'm just going to fold these corners in, and using my bone folder, I will kind of fold in the corners here. So a little bit of glue on the inside edge here. I'll do this end. So what I do is I do one side and then the other, so we do both sides. Okay, and we'll do the other one. What I'm doing is making sure that I roll the fabric up because I want it on there nice and snug. And I'm just using my bone folder to press it into the glue. Okay, and then here where I'm going to put this one up, if I have to press in on this, I can just press in a little bit right there at the corner when I'm putting this piece down, and that'll help to kind of hide this little bit so you don't get that weird corner. But I'm going to put book corners on this, so that's really not an issue for me for this one. Oops. So put some glue here. And again, I'm just kind of pulling that up nice and tight. Now, any place where my fabric overlaps, I don't really want to use the Aleene's on that. I'll use a little Fabri-Tac. Oh, bog of eternal stench. Now, I'm going to go over this with plain black. Fabric is going to be the inside, so not too worried. Let's get a little more glue here. A little bit. Yeah. Bring this up. This corner does need to be folded. It just needs to be kind of tucked in a little bit right there. That one's good, okay. Only needed to tuck one. And again, fabric glue in the corner. All right. Again, I'm going to come in with my tool and I'm just going to press the fabric into that joint. And if I need to put any more glue in, I will come in with the brush, add a little more glue, make sure I get everything stuck down, top and bottom here. And then I'm going to stand the whole thing up. And I'm going to put some clips on it. All right, so this is going to dry, and when this dries, then I'll come back and show you what it looks like and where we're going to go from here. So our book has dried, and I have chosen a light lavender paper. Actually, it's a light lavender fabric to go in. And when I put the glue on this, I left about a ½ inch all the way around, which I will use Fabri-Tac for. But I like to leave that, and the reason is because I'm going to take this large bone folder now, and I'm going to make sure that I really adhere this. And so I'm going to move some of that glue around under there, and I don't want to get glue all over the fabric, because that just looks bad. Alright, so I have that on there. And I'm going to then go around this with some Bog of Eternal Stench. A very small line. You can see it's not, there's no glue here. So, put a little bit on there. You can spread this with your finger if you want to. I don't find the need. I find that typically if I put it down and then give it a little push, it kind of puts it all the way to the edge, and I'm going to use some ribbon anyway. And I just have this placemat here to protect my work surface. And any fabric glue, I'm just going to kind of pick that up. Like I said, it's not really going to show too much because I'm going to put some ribbon around here to finish this. But there, there. That's Hubbard's alarm.
So sorry.
All right, and we'll put a little bit on this edge. All right, so now that I have my glue on here and I have my fabric glue all the way around, what I'm going to do is I'm going to put this in the upright position. And I'm just going to put a clamp on it till it dries, and I'm going to give this about 20 minutes or so to dry, and then I will be back and I'll show you where we're going from here. Alright, so as I said, I want to do a little bit of trim on this. So let me move this and let's start with this part. So around the edge here, I wanted to put like some ribbon. Not sure about the black velvet. Let's take a look at the gray. Nope. Dark green. No. I think the purple just adds too many colors. Oh, I like this green though. Okay, so I'm going to do that one. And then I want to do something down the middle here. So I have some black lace. So I could add some here. So get that one. I have this one. Kind of like this. This is a Forerunner. Okay, and then we have this one, which I just don't think is wide enough. I mean, I suppose it is. I could just do one strip down the center. Well, that's a contender too. Let's see what we got here. All right, this one. I kind of like that one. The question is, do I like it more than that one? And I think I like this one more than I like this one. Okay, and we could go in a completely different direction. I could just put some thin lace. Now, we're not even going to do that. We could go with an underlaying of purple, which I could put like this right down the center. And then we could put the black over it. just leave it loose. Kind of like this, guys. With the green. I kind of like it. All right, I'm going to go ahead and work on this part, and then I will come back and show you where we are, and where we went, and how it happened. Okay? I'll be back in just a little bit. All right, so just to catch you guys up on what I did, I went ahead and measured the width of the spine, and then I made a template, happens to be purple, so that I could poke my holes here on the back of the spine. And then I said we were going to finish up the inside, so we finished up the inside a little bit. We put some ribbon here with some Fabri-Tac, just so that we had kind of a seal between the liner fabric and the actual cover fabric. And then I added some lace down the center here, and this is just gently Fabri-Tacked in, because I'm really going to stitch this in when I stitch in my signatures. So so that is our centerpiece. So our signatures will be right here, and we'll have this beautiful lace on either side. And that's kind of where I'm going to stop with this one, because we're going to be doing some more of this live tomorrow. Well, you guys will be seeing some of this live. I'm going to put the signatures in next. I'll be doing that live. So I will link all of these videos, the lives and the backup stuff, into one playlist, and I'll link the playlist below, okay? So if you are new here and you haven't done so already, go ahead and hit that red button for me and subscribe. Like me, ring my bell, and share me with all your friends. And your friends can be my friends, and my friends can be your friends. And, you know, our friends can get to be friends. And before you know it, we have a giant crafting community. Until I see you again, stay safe. Bye-bye.